Hi, Alina is here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about feeling your emotions. So there's so many ways that we are invited by spiritual community, transformational community to avoid our emotions or to feel them, but we're never told how to really do that. So in spirituality, like anger is a bad thing to have. So you're trying to breathe through anger. You're trying to not have anger. You're trying to repress anger to be more spiritual. So all these ways are just perpetuating suffering and actually denying the reality of being human. Simple. So no matter how enlightened you are, you're still going to have emotions. And it's just absolutely normal and absolutely essential to live life to the fullest fulfilling capacity, and contentment is to embrace all our emotions and the full spectrum of them all. So actually, it might be for the first time that the more we embody awareness within our physicality, the more we are invited to fully feel everything that's happening from the neck down. And maybe for the first time, you actually feel fully the sadness, fully the anger, fully the grief, fully the abandonment, whatever is here. It could be actually fully met without it completely consuming you or without being unconsciously merged with it. So there's a very big difference. The merge, unconscious merge with emotion, where we are so blinded by it and not able to make clear decisions or clear action. It's going to be either putting us into more suffering, or either it's going to start creating this inner, I call like being fed up with suffering unconsciously. And we're going to start questioning, okay, what is true emotional intelligence? And how can I really feel my emotions without being consumed by them? And at the same time, without repressing them and without making a huge story out of them. So I just perpetuate the same thing over and over. And perhaps I leave the relationship, and because I was triggered and because things were really intense and I couldn't bear it anymore. And I would gonna and because I didn't really address and didn't really feel and didn't really see what was really shown to me, what really wanted to be seen, I'm going to unconsciously go into finding another relationship that's going to bring exactly the same situation, very, very similar. It's going to trigger exactly the same emotions, and the cycle will repeat itself. So, how do we feel our emotions? Consciously. What do we do? So, did you know if you actually stay with the emotion consciously, it actually leaves and relaxes in about 90 seconds. So we think we're going to be super, super overwhelmed. And the thing is that what perpetuates the emotion by being a more continuous and continue for longer than, those 90 seconds is us making unconsciously story around it, and constantly in making that story, re-triggering ourselves again and again. So the whole key is awareness, is coming back, and instead of being afraid of our emotions, instead of being needing to repress and distract ourselves, maybe for the first time, if I actually stop, I close my eyes, and if sadness, rejection, abandonment, if grief, if anger, if anything is really here, I'm just going to say, hello, nice to meet you. Come here. I want to really get to know you. So in this getting to know the emotion, really being so intimate with it, not merging unconsciously, but being intimate with it consciously, feeling exactly how it feels. Every single tiny nuance of that sensation, you are there with it. So if it's this sadness, I can ask this sadness, what is this sadness about? Or who or what is this about? If it's not obvious, perhaps it's very obvious. It's a heartbreak, or it's a rejection, or it's lack of validation, or it's any other reason, losing a loved one, whatever that might be. So really, I can just be with it, and I can be even more intimate with it, just a little bit, getting to know it, like that curiosity, that willingness to get to know it. Okay, so what is this about? Okay, it's about heartbreak. Okay, I'm gonna hold heartbreak right here with all the tears and all the feelings. And no matter how yucky it feels, if I'm consciously there staying with it, holding space for it, being gentle with it, and just observing, perhaps being gentle is not accessible at all. There is intense, perhaps in you in that moment, there is intense resistance to feel it. How about I'll also welcome and allow resistance to be here? Hello, resistance, you're welcome to be here too. Come, let's sit together consciously. So I'm here with resistance, and I'm here with the sadness. And I'm here allowing both to be exactly as they are. No need to change anything. No need to do anything. But just really feel, really be intimate with it. Really be consciously present to it. And if I'm consciously present to it, I let the tears roll. And if there's stories, I might hold space for the story, but I'm just right now feeling this. I can even end with this before it parts, before it leaves. I can even end it with, what does it really mean, this emotion? What does it really mean? And usually you know what it means. It just needs to be held. That's all it means. All is looking for your conscious attention. That's all. So being afraid of our emotions or repressing emotions, we either need to really dig deeper through self-inquiry to find out what was the trauma that made us repress a certain emotion. Or we just need to start facing them. If they're not repressed, if they're here and available and actually activated and triggered, what a beautiful opportunity. What a beautiful opportunity to start loving yourself fully. And that means accepting everything that is arising within you without discrimination, allowing and welcoming everything that is arising within you with open arms and a loving heart. Even the resistance to feel, even the resistance to stay open, welcoming that first, allowing that to resist, so that it in turn can give space to really feel, to really be with, intimate, consciously, with all your emotions. Okay, Alina's here. I'll leave you at that. Much love. Let life in. It's going to be so much more juicy. Take good care of yourself. Much love.